Points of access. Phillip White.
Universal Design for Learning Tools in Google Docs, Mathematics section. What is UDL?
UDL is an educational framework based on research in the learning sciences, including cognitive neuroscience, that guides the development of flexible learning environments to accommodate individual learning differences.
Why Google Docs?
Google Docs has add-ons and extensions that help provide UDL. And plus, Google is free. Multiple means of representation and expression.
Reading Mathematics Orally.
I have the Read and Write extension. You'll see I have extensions here, and Read and Write is set up for Google Chrome, and that allows me to read this mathematics formula. So if I select the content in there,
2x squared plus x equals 78.
I can then read the formula as it is supposed to be read mathematically. It will, of course, also read text.
Universal Design for Learning Tools in Google Docs, Mathematics section.
And as you see, the voice is nice and clear, and the mathematics are represented rather than in a textual manner for someone. It gives them the multimodal where they can see it and hear it. Multiple means of representation and expression.
Answering questions using voice.
The next tool that I want to talk about is a way for different types of entry of mathematics into the Google Docs. The tool is called EquatIO, and I have it here as an extension. It says EquatIO Math Made Digital. So back here in our Google Docs, the first one I'm going to do is speech, which is this icon right here. So I click this. 2x squared plus x equals 78. I click the pause there, and here's our formula with an error. This is a multiplication, so I just have to type in an x and then insert the math. And once I'm done with the formula, I'm going to clear it here. You can also type in Greek letters, alpha, beta, lambda. So you can type in operators. 4 times 5 equals 20. And this will allow people who have difficulty typing mathematics to insert mathematics into Google Docs. Multiple means of representation and expression.
Typing with word prediction.
With EquatIO turned on, you can type in mathematics and have the prediction feature work for you to help you create content. So if I'm in here and I type RA, I can get a radical or array. If I type SQ, I can get squared, square root, square, SQRT, any of these symbols. You see they're predicting, and so I basically type in a couple letters. Like if I want the congruent sign, I just click and it puts it in there for me. If I want a derivative, I type DE and there's the derivative symbol, and so forth. You can kind of play around with this. Any two-letter symbol will give you formulas like this. You can insert these mathematical symbols into your document by pressing Insert Math, and then I'm going to clear this so you can see that it's inserted the math into the document. Once a formula has been put into the document, the way you can move it is just to click on it. It's like a picture, and you can drag it somewhere else. And then, of course, you can type after it. If you want to add another formula, you just move your cursor in the Google Doc where you want that formula to show up. And then you're going to have to come back and click EquatIO. Multiple means of representation and expression.
Handwriting mathematics rather than typing.
Another great way to create math content rather than using your voice or the keyboard is to handwrite it. The tool here in EquatIO allows you to write equations and once the equation is recognized, you then insert that into the document. Multiple means of representation and expression.
Coding mathematics.
I'm still here in the handwriting tool, but what I want to do is to generate a bit of math so that I can show you how LaTeX works. LaTeX is the principal standard for typing mathematics for publication. I'm going to create a formula here. Okay, so once I have the formula, I can then switch to LaTeX, and you'll see that this is how the LaTeX formula would be written. So I can take this and I can copy it and I can paste it in the document up here. So someone who is needing to learn how to code LaTeX can use this tool to develop math content, whether they're using their voice or whatever means they want to use, and then they can convert it into a LaTeX. And it goes the opposite way. So if I come back here to LaTeX and clear this out and type the same thing that I have up there, which is x caret, then in parentheses, in braces, 2 minus, and then y caret, braces, 3 equals the backslash sqrt space braces z. And there you have it. It's created the same formula over here. And of course I can insert the math formula by clicking on Insert Math. What makes this great is that some people will have trouble using the handwriting tool or the voice input tool, but they might be able to learn the coding for LaTeX, or they also might need to type LaTeX for a problem that is going to be in a publication. The future for EquatIO is very exciting to me. Besides the tools that we already have in UDL, they're working toward a fully developed math workspace, which will include real-time collaboration, geometry, graphing, visual manipulatives. The application should also work in other things like Google Sheets and Google Slides. Finally, more exciting to me than those things is the fact that they're going to help with the accessibility of other math content locations on the internet, such as Khan Academy, Wikipedia, etc. And their long-term goal is to work on STEM subjects such as physics and chemistry, so that people will be able to use these UDL tools to create physics and chemistry graphs and equations and other expressions.